Hi everybody, we're going to do our introducing segment now. We're going to talk about some new shirts that have just arrived in our Hong Kong store. They are the 100 Hands shirts that are made for us. So this is what we call actually the standard line shirt. So the 100 Hands is normally a handmade shirt maker, and they have great technique, not just in hand making, but also in cutting. And we asked them to make a entry-level shirt for us, which we call the standard shirt. So it has a collar that we designed. It's actually the same as what I'm wearing right now. So this Italian spread with a really nice gentle roll to it, as well as our cuff, which is a conical cuff. It's a cuff that tapers smaller as you get towards the wrist and just makes for a little bit of a neater look. We have introduced in the Hong Kong store this purple and white stripe that you see right now, blue and white stripe, blue cotton linen chambray in this kind of blue and grayish tone, a textured blue cotton, and a white textured cotton as well. So let's have a look at how we style these things. Start with the purple and lavender first. I really like this one. It's a little unusual, which for me is always a good thing. I would actually think first of brown suits for this, especially darker browns. I really like the idea of the brown and the lavender together like that. I can not make a huge mess of it. Brown and lavender like that. And then let's put some ties with it too. In terms of ties, I really like, oops, dropped it. I really like this burgundy. This is a 7-fold in Dupioni silk, so it's got a lot of kind of irregular slubbiness to it, which I think just adds a lot of character to the outfit. The burgundy and the brown look great together, as does with the lavender stripe. Or if you want something a little lighter, I really like that too. This kind of mint color. Really, really interesting. Like, it's funny how well this mint color actually sits with dark browns. They echo each other really nicely. Lavender shirts, it's, I kind of remember growing up and seeing a lot of lavender shirts, and they always felt like a little, I don't know, like a little fuddy-duddy. But I think if you wear it with unusual colors like this, like the brown suit, it actually can be super, super interesting. I feel like, unfortunately, during my youth, lavender shirts were kind of ruined, and so I'm sort of determined to bring them back. All right, let's have a look next. Mid-gray suit, blue and white stripe. Very classic combination, of course. This is the slightly less commonly seen blue and white stripe, where the blue stripe is dominant and the white stripe is much finer. Sits nicely with the gray, like with the mid-gray. I actually prefer it with the mid-gray than a charcoal or something like that. Given that it is obviously quite a, like blue and gray, it's something you see relatively often, but I think it gives you a lot of room to play with neckties and colors. I like that. Burnt orange and navy block stripe I think is super interesting and just injects like an element of fun to it, like it's almost a little Hockney-esque. Or this I really like too. Navy with a little bit of green, because the green I think especially against the gray sits really, really well, and having that irregular zigzag is a great contrast also with the very geometric straight lines of the shirt. Okay. So that is our blue knocked out. Let's have a look at this. So this is what I'm wearing right now. This is the cotton linen chambray, and it has a little bit of kind of irregularity to it. You get this natural slub that's really, really pleasant. Just gives the shirt a lot more character. I actually like this on its own. I don't feel any particular need to put a tie with it, although today I have. Today I put just like a navy tie with a small motif on it. But I would recommend it this way, with a navy linen suit. I think that would be so cool together. Cotton linen like naturally is going to be a little bit wrinkly, and so seeing that cotton linen with a slightly wrinkly linen suit, I think makes a lot of sense. And I can imagine that just open neck would be super cool. Or, in Hong Kong, I'm seeing a lot of people getting back to the office, and in Hong Kong, a very standard office outfit is, some sort of plain shirt with gray trousers. Even within this kind of framework of gray trousers and plain colored shirt, I think there's still room to experiment and play a little bit, right? Like this is an unusual shade of blue, an unusual material, and rather than putting it with kind of standard charcoals, why not this? A much lighter, paler shade of gray, which I think works really nicely against this. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you two more classics. So here's that blue textured shirt we saw earlier. Again, great with a pair of lighter gray trousers, but why don't we have a look at it with this? So this lovely number is a bespoke piece for a client of ours, but we thought we'd borrow it to do a little bit of video because it's just such a beautiful cloth. So it's a mid-gray with a navy check to it. Let's pop, oops, sorry, whack the camera. Let's pop that shirt in there. And then for tie-wise, I like this. I like this navy with double red stripe. I like the interplay of that fine pattern, that very thin little check, but with nice wide spacing, and then this much chunkier and bolder red double stripe on the necktie. I think that's a lovely combination together. Alrighty, last one. Last one. So last but not least, I wanted to show the white shirt. White shirt's great. It's got a little bit of texture to it. And like the texture just makes it a little more interesting than your average poplin shirt. Nothing against poplins, but I think these days, like especially if you're going to wear a shirt on its own, it's nice for it to just have a little bit of texture to it, if not a little bit of pattern. So that white shirt, let's do it with something a little more casual. That white shirt with this green and peach. Oh, pardon the phone. In 1 second. Sorry, folks. Okay, we're back. Phone rang. Someone needed some stock from this store, so we had to run it downstairs. Okay, so white shirt, green sport coat with this peach overcheck. What do you do with this? It's nice on its own, but given all those fun colors in the jacket, why not bring it out a little more and use that? Yeah, just like a nice way to echo colors in the outfit itself. Alrighty, so that is about it. That is our collection of 100 Hands shirts that have just arrived in Hong Kong. They are available they are in stock and available for sale immediately. We don't have any stock in New York for the time being, but if you'd like to order them, we can of course do them made to order for you. Just speak to one of your local salespeople. Alrighty, that is about it for now, and thanks for watching.